Take a moment to think. What do you know about Antarctica? An icy desert where temperatures can drop below -50. Yes, that's true, but don't rush to pack away your winter jackets just yet. There's so much more hidden beneath that layer of ice. Imagine hearing mysterious sounds echoing from deep within the glaciers, as if something is calling out to us, hinting at secrets we can barely fathom. And beneath that thick ice lie ancient lakes that may harbor life unlike anything we've ever known. They're like abandoned treasure chests dressed in white, full of mysteries. These ice formations, sculpted by an unyielding artist, make you wonder, what's really going on here? What if beneath this icy crust lie lost ecosystems and landscapes that were once teeming with life? And let's not forget about the strange atmospheric phenomena that blur the lines between reality and illusion. Antarctica isn't just a cold spot on the map, it's a realm where scientific explanations are challenged and mysteries await their explorers. Dive into this world where nature and time create wonders that ignite our imagination. Think about the sounds that might be echoing in the heart of Antarctica. Sounds strange, doesn't it? One of the most famous noises recorded in the Southern Ocean is the bloop. It's a low-frequency sound that was captured back in 1997 and still raises more questions than answers among scientists. Imagine this noise, which resembles a dull crack, resonating amidst the icy silence, as if something is trying to announce its presence. Many have speculated that it could be linked to some massive marine life, a monstrous creature we know nothing about, or even geological activity, as if the planet itself decided to treat us to a symphony. But here's the thing, despite modern technology and scientific research, the true nature of the bloop remains a mystery. It's almost like this sound is the cry of the icy continent, longing to be heard. And what about the other low-frequency noises that have also been recorded in the area? They seem to whisper about something unknown, something we can't even begin to fathom. These auditory phenomena create an air of mystery surrounding Antarctica, making us wonder what else lies hidden in those icy depths. So, the next time you ponder the mysteries of this continent, remember that beneath the ice, there's not just darkness, but sounds that might tell us more than we can imagine. Imagine Lake Vostok, hidden beneath kilometers of ice, as one of the largest natural repositories on the planet. This isn't just any old puddle, it's a giant time capsule where time seems to have stood still, frozen in place. Scientists are eager to explore these underwater worlds because they could be hiding ancient forms of life that we can't even begin to imagine. Every time someone tries to drill through the ice, it feels like they're opening a door to another realm where evolution has taken a completely different path. These isolated ecosystems, locked away beneath the icy surface, might contain organisms that have survived in conditions we can't even fathom. Darkness, high pressure, and a lack of oxygen. They are true scientific treasure troves where every frozen microbe could tell us how life adapts to extreme environments. But here's the question. What if they haven't just kept their secrets, but have also become something like ancient aliens that could help us understand what life might look like on other planets? With this perspective, exploring Lake Vostok transforms from a mere scientific task into a real adventure in the quest for answers to questions that have puzzled humanity for centuries. So, when you think about these icy giants, remember that beneath them lie not just waters, but mysteries that could change our understanding of life on Earth. When talking about Antarctica, you can't help but mention those icebergs that look like they were plucked straight from a sci-fi movie. These icy giants, with their incredible geometric shapes, seem to have come from a world of abstract art. Just imagine straight lines, angles, and even symmetrical structures that defy the laws of nature. How do they form? The answer is both simple and complex. It's the result of natural processes where the ice mass slowly breaks away from the continental ice and glides into the sea. Yet, every crack and curve is shaped by the wind and currents, as if nature itself is playing architect. Of course, there are conspiracy theorists eagerly whispering that these icebergs are the result of some extraterrestrial activity. They think there's no way nature could create such straight lines and angles. Maybe they just don't realize that sometimes the balance between chaos and order can be a marvel of physics. But let's be honest, when you look at these icy sculptures, it's hard not to wonder, could there be some higher power behind them? Or is it simply nature showing off its ability to amaze us? Either way, these icebergs are not just a sight to behold, they're a reminder that even in the harshest climates, there's room for beauty and mystery. Strangely enough, beneath all that icy abyss we call Antarctica lie fossils that tell a story of a time when this place was a true green paradise. Yes, you heard that right. Scientific discoveries confirm that lush forests once thrived here, making it far from the lifeless, frozen continent we see today. Just imagine, Ancient trees, leaves rustling in the breeze, and entire ecosystems that existed millions of years ago. This world would have been an incredible contrast to the modern icy realm. So how did Antarctica transform from a green oasis into an icy kingdom? The answer lies in the dramatic climate changes that have occurred on our planet. Picture this: the climate shifts faster than you can sip your coffee, and the result is an entire ecosystem buried beneath thick ice. This isn't just science fiction, it's a reality that raises many questions about how dynamic our planet is and how quickly it can change. All of this makes you wonder, what else might we lose if we don't pay attention to the changes around us? So, when you gaze at those endless icy expanses, remember that beneath them lies a whole history, rich with greenery and life that once thrived here. And perhaps it serves as a reminder that even the harshest conditions can be just a temporary state. Listen up. If you thought Antarctica was just ice and snow, get ready for a shocking revelation. There's something called the Blood Falls. Yes, you heard that right. This is a place where water flows not clear, but bright red, as if someone spilled a bucket of blood. Don't be alarmed. Though it's not the result of some creepy ancient rituals, there's a perfectly scientific explanation for it. It all comes down to iron oxide, which oxidizes and gives the water that eerie hue. But honestly, who could blame ancient people for thinking it was a curse or a sign from the gods if they saw this waterfall? I would too. Just look at this beauty. It's both terrifying and mesmerizing at the same time. The Blood Falls are like a living reminder that nature can be both magnificent and frightening. Given that there are so many secrets hidden beneath the icy crust of Antarctica, don't be surprised if scientists uncover even stranger phenomena in the future that will make us see this continent in a whole new light. Plus, as I've mentioned, it used to be warm and green here. Now, we stand at the crossroads of scientific discovery and ancient myths, and that's what makes Antarctica so alluring for explorers and adventurers. So if you ever decide to come here, remember, even the coldest places can hide something warm beneath the surface. The pyramid-shaped mountains of the Ellsworth Range aren't just quirky rock formations, they're true giants of nature that look like they were built by ancient aliens. I know, it sounds like the plot of another UFO movie, but trust me, these mountains are genuinely awe-inspiring. Their shape resembles pyramids that someone forgot to erase from the map. Of course, there's a scientific explanation. These mountains were formed through erosion and glacial activity. Ice and wind have been working on them for so long that they've ended up with these strange, jagged peaks that seem to defy the laws of physics. But here's an interesting fact: their unusual appearance has fueled all sorts of speculation about ancient structures being here at some point. Who doesn't love a little bit of imagination? People are always looking for explanations for what they can't understand. Yet, despite all the theories, the Pyramid Mountains are simply massive chunks of rock that are stunning in their own right. They remind us that nature can create masterpieces that no architect could ever replicate. So, if you ever find yourself near these majestic mountains, try not to get caught up in the speculation. Just take a moment to appreciate their beauty and power. In Antarctica, far from the hustle and bustle of civilization, lie magnetic anomalies that could easily be the plot of a thrilling movie. These invisible forces are nothing more than natural processes, yet their mystery sparks curiosity and confusion. They're like unseen traps, capturing the attention of explorers and mystery enthusiasts alike. Just picture yourself standing on an icy plain, and suddenly your compass starts acting like it's been enchanted. This happens because of anomalies in the Earth's magnetic field that can throw even experienced navigators off course. But what's really intriguing is how such phenomena fuel myths and legends about hidden treasures and ancient civilizations that supposedly left their mark in this cold, desolate land. People have always searched for explanations for things that lie beyond their understanding, and magnetic anomalies provide plenty of food for thought. So if you ever find yourself in Antarctica and your compass starts acting up, don't panic, it's just nature playing its own little tricks on you. And don't forget to snap a few dramatic photos to show off to your friends about how you almost got lost in a world of mysteries and enigmas. The ice caves of Antarctica aren't just stunning Instagram photos, they're true natural masterpieces that can leave you speechless. Have you ever seen blue ice that sparkles as if it has captured the light of all the stars? These caves form as snow and ice accumulate and compress, eventually creating this mesmerizing color drop by drop. They say that, if you peek inside, it feels like stepping into another reality, a world where the laws of physics seem to work a little differently, and light dances with shadows like something out of a sci-fi movie. But don't be fooled, this isn't just magic, it's the result of thousands of years of nature at work. Inside the caves, sounds become muffled, as if you're in some sacred temple where the only priest is the ice itself. And there you are, standing on the edge, breathing in the cold air, with a smooth ice surface beneath your feet that seems ready to pull you into its depths at any moment. Every step here isn't just a stroll, it's a journey into the unknown, where the invisible forces of nature reveal their power. Want to see these caves? Then get ready for a true icy adventure, where every corner isn't just ice, but a piece of our planet's history. And if you're lucky, you might even catch the moment when sunlight pierces through the thick ice, creating an effect that makes you feel like you're part of something bigger than just a tourist. When it comes to Antarctica, you can't forget about the mirages and optical illusions that roam this land like they own it. The atmospheric conditions on this continent create a fata morgana that can turn dull landscapes into true masterpieces. Imagine this, you're walking across endless white expanses, and suddenly, on the horizon, vague shapes start to materialize in the air. These aren't aliens, it's just the play of light and heat, sculpting mesmerizing images out of nothing. Such phenomena are common in Antarctica, adding to the mystery of this land. Mirages can distort reality so much that you might see castles and mountains that don't actually exist. Looking at them can easily make you lose touch with reality and start to doubt your own eyes. It's like if Dolly met Carter and they decided to have some fun with your perception. But be careful, these illusions can deceive not just your eyes, but your mind too, making you cry for help when, in reality, there's no one around. So, if you decide to venture into this icy realm, be prepared for the possibility that reality here might be stranger than you can imagine. You might just stumble upon your own reflection in these mirages, raising the question, where's the line between the real and the imagined? In Antarctica, that line is so blurred that it's easy to get lost not just in space, but in your own thoughts as well. The dry valleys of McMurdo are like Pluto on Earth, where temperatures plunge to -40, and snow and ice are nothing more than a myth. Imagine a Martian landscape, where instead of the familiar white expanses, you're greeted by black, arid valleys, as if someone lit a fire on the planet and forgot to put it out. The conditions here are so harsh that even bacteria have to get creative, like contestants on a survival show. This is a place where life seems like a challenge for anyone willing to face extremes. At first glance, it appears that nothing grows here at all, but you wouldn't believe it, there are microorganisms living in these lifeless spots that can survive in such conditions. It's like trying to find a pearl in a jar of peppers, but believe it or not, it's there. These facts raise the question, what if life can exist in the most extreme conditions on other planets? The dry valleys are a kind of natural laboratory, showcasing how life carves a path even when everything seems lost. These places make you think, how far are we willing to go in our search for life beyond our planet? Shouldn't we take a look right here on our own Earth to realize that life can thrive even where we least expect it? So, when you're planning your next adventure, remember that even in the most hostile environments, an amazing world might be hiding just beneath the surface. Now that we've taken a look at the lifeless dry valleys, let's shift our focus to another fascinating aspect of Antarctica that might surprise even the most seasoned explorers: meteorites. Just imagine, on this icy continent, meteorites are literally lying around like discarded toys in a child's playroom. Why is that? Because Antarctica is the perfect place to search for these cosmic rocks. The ice and snow not only preserve them in pristine condition, but also create a stark contrast with the black meteorites, making them easier to spot. Plus, there's hardly any vegetation or other distractions, unlike in jungles where you might lose a meteorite like a missing sock. Some of the meteorites found here spark real scientific debates. Take ALH8401, a meteorite from Mars. For example, it ignited discussions about the possibility of microbial life on the red planet. It's like finding an ancient recipe book that promises to unveil the secrets of the universe, only to end up with a collection of bizarre equations. Many meteorites provide insights into how our solar system was formed, as if they're guiding us on how to piece together a puzzle lost billions of years ago. So, if you ever decide to become a meteorite hunter, remember, in Antarctica, you'll find not only the cold, but also a true treasure trove from outer space. It's time to talk about another mystery of Antarctica that might surprise you: subglacial volcanoes. Yes, you heard that right. Beneath that endless icy blanket, there are volcanoes that can unexpectedly burst to the surface like hot pastries. These subglacial giants aren't just geological dust, they're key players in the game of climate and ecosystem. The geothermal activity from these volcanoes creates localized zones of warmth that can impact the surrounding environment like a candy for your teeth sweet, but with consequences. As the ice melts, lakes and rivers form, which can become homes for microorganisms that thrive in conditions we typically consider hellish. Just think about it, entire worlds could be hiding on this icy continent, worlds we haven't even begun to imagine. These volcanoes can be sources of heat and also volcanic laboratories where the processes happening deep within the Earth are studied. They raise questions about how climate conditions are changing and maybe even how life on the planet will evolve in the future. So, if anyone tells you that Antarctica is just ice and snow, feel free to throw that fact about subglacial volcanoes back at them. It could completely change the way we think about life beneath the ice. You know what else can surprise you in Antarctica, besides those underwater volcanoes? It's the strange cloud formations that pop up on the horizon and make you wonder if you've stumbled into some magical realm. The iridescent clouds are a true feast for the eyes, as the sky suddenly starts shimmering with all the colors of the rainbow, as if someone decided to throw a party for celestial hues. These clouds form when sunlight filters through ice crystals in the upper layers of the atmosphere, and the result is so stunning that it feels like something out of a computer graphic. But here's the catch: these sights are incredibly rare, so if you're lucky enough to catch them, consider it a win in nature's lottery. They're like mysterious phenomena that appear for just a few moments and vanish as quickly as they came. While most people see just the usual gray mass in clouds, here in Antarctica, you can witness genuine masterpieces set against the icy landscape. Who would have thought that an icy desert could be so picturesque? But before you think it's just a beautiful show for romantics, remember that these clouds can also serve as indicators of climate change. Their appearance and disappearance, like a fashion show, hints that something unusual is happening in the atmosphere. So next time you see iridescent clouds, don't just rush to admire their beauty, think about what they might reveal about our changing climate. Ice cores aren't just frozen tubes of snow you can find in Antarctica, they're real-time capsules that hold evidence of climate change on our planet. When scientists extract these samples, they access layers of ice that formed over hundreds of thousands of years. Each layer represents a year, and sometimes even decades, containing information about temperature, atmospheric composition, and even volcanic activity. For instance, sharp changes in gas composition within the cores can signal global disasters like mass extinctions or sudden warming events. Just imagine, one moment you're sitting in a cozy office, and the next you're reading something like, right here, in this layer, 100 years ago, it was so warm that tropical forests sprawled across areas now covered in ice. Pretty mind-blowing, right? Yes, that's exactly how it was. The climate changed so rapidly that the ecosystems that thrived back then are now just shadows of their former selves. Ice cores reveal that there were times on our planet when life was completely different, rich, and diverse, while today, we're witnessing the decline of many species. For example, findings from the cores indicate that during certain periods, there was more carbon dioxide in the atmosphere than there is now, which led to warming and changes in ecosystems. And here we are again, looking at these frozen layers, not just studying the past, but trying to understand how we can survive in the future. So next time you look at a picture painted by an ice core, remember, it's not just ice, it's a whole chronicle telling the story of how our planet has changed and what that could mean for us today. If you think life in Antarctica is just about cold, ice, and no Wi-Fi, you're in for a surprise. Here, in this frozen kingdom, wildlife seems to have crafted its own set of rules to thrive against the odds. Take seals, for instance. They look like their design was inspired by the concept of how to survive in a freezer. They have thick layers of fat that not only keep them warm, but also help them swim. These guys can stay underwater for up to half an hour, enjoying underwater delicacies like fish and squid the whole time. Now, picture the penguins. These black and white beauties are true acrobats on the ice. They glide across the surface as if it's their personal ice slide, and when it comes to diving, they do it with such grace that even dolphins would be envious. Their adaptation to the cold isn't just about survival, it's a form of art. For example, they have a unique social structure. When temperatures drop, they huddle together in tight groups to keep each other warm. The question of how to survive in such conditions would shock any city dweller who doesn't even know where to find frozen foods in the grocery store. But as it turns out, life in Antarctica isn't just surviving, it's thriving. Beyond the snowy expanses, these animals demonstrate that even in the harshest conditions, it's possible to adapt and not only survive, but also enjoy life. So, the next time you hear about penguins or seals, remember they're not just cute creatures, they're real survivors who have made the endless ice their home and managed to thrive under the weight of harsh conditions. So, to sum up all these mystical wonders of Antarctica, I'll be straightforward. Science can explain a lot, but this icy realm still remains a mystery. Here, amidst the silent expanses, nature creates things that even the brightest minds can't fully comprehend. Just think about those penguins with their social tricks, or the seals that don't just swim, but survive in conditions that should, in theory, destroy them. Antarctica isn't just a cold wasteland, it's a land of captivating secrets, where every crack in the ice might hide something incredible. Now it's your turn. What of these wonders struck you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments. I'm curious to hear your opinion. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel so we can continue exploring the most mysterious and uncharted corners of our planet together. Let's marvel together and try to understand how such an extreme environment can be home to life that seems, at first glance, impossible.